Giving Back, sponsored by Patterson Legal Group.
We're excited to partner with Patterson Legal Group in our Giving Back segment, where local nonprofits are recognized for the great work they're doing to make our communities better places to live. Patterson Legal Group recognizes a new nonprofit and presents them with a $500 check. This week, we're proud to spotlight Three Rivers. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Tyler Patterson from Patterson Legal Group. This week's Giving Back recipient is Three Rivers. I'm here with Erica. Erica, tell us a little bit about the group.
Well, Three Rivers is a center for independent living, and we work with people with disabilities in Northeast Kansas. We started that in 1986 and have been growing since then.
That's so awesome. For all your great work, we're excited to give you a check for $500.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
And joining us now is Audrey Schremer with Three Rivers. Good morning.
Good morning.
So obviously we got a little rundown of Three Rivers with Patterson Legal Group now, but go ahead and give us more of an in-depth introduction to the organization.
Sure. Centers for Independent Living, I think, are one of the most unknown services that are available in the state, so I'm super excited to be here to share a little bit of information. In Kansas, we actually have 10 centers for independent living. We receive mixed state federal funds to do, but Centers for Independent Living, like Three Rivers, started out of the civil rights movement. You go back to the 60s and 70s, where persons with disabilities were fighting for independence to go to school, to have jobs, families. So fast forward, Three Rivers was started in Wamego, Kansas by a group of individuals with disabilities. Most of them were veterans, and they'd come back from the Vietnam War, other things with disabilities, and weren't able to go back to the jobs they had before. So eventually they became Three Rivers Incorporated in 1986, and we've kind of been going ever since and expanding. So Centers for Independent Living serve individuals with disabilities of all ages, all income levels, all types of disabilities. So
amazing.
That, yeah, makes us different from, say, mental health centers, Centers for Developmental Disability. So we're all ages, all types of disabilities, with a focus on integration in the community.
Okay, yeah. Please speak more into that now. What you guys are doing, like with the community, and how, what services you guys are providing, essentially.
So we have core services that all Centers for Independent Living provide, but essentially our goal is to make sure that individuals have all of the skills that they need and support so that they can be in their own home, work in the community, participate in sports, and it varies upon, of course, what individuals need. A lot of people, I think, forget that a significant number of individuals gain their disabilities later in life. So for Three Rivers, our average person is actually someone in their 50s who either became disabled, a car accident, other injuries, a lot of farming accidents. We work with a lot of people with farming injuries and help them get back into their normal routines of life. So that's a little bit different. People forget about that.
Yeah, it's very true, yes.
Yeah, it's super important for us, and nothing breaks my heart more than to run into somebody who spent years struggling with their disability and didn't know about centers. So that's why I'm super excited to be here today. We'll keep sharing the word. We're not good about marketing ourselves. We're all out there in the field.
You're focused on helping the people.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a whole different skill set. I understand.
It is, yeah. So Three Rivers itself serves 12 counties in Northeast Kansas, and that spreads us pretty thin. We have independent living specialists who go work with people in their homes or on their job site, and we have a lot of windshield time, which is unfortunate. So that takes away from the direct service, but we're good at spreading our dollars, maximizing things. The other unique thing about Centers for Independent Living, based upon the federal guidelines, that the majority of employees and board members must be persons with disabilities. So grassroots driven, the motto, nothing for us without us, is used on a regular basis. So that also helps. I have staff, sometimes they'll be reaching out to someone who might have a new disability, and I can hear them talking on the phone, and you hear the person is probably a little grumbly, maybe depressed, and then the person, our staff will say, well, you know, I found that blah, 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 and that as a person with a disability, this helps or that helps, and they immediately perk up and like, wait, you have a disability? And like, Absolutely, and then we have one-on-one relationships. People often get surprised when we have staff show up that are wheelchair users. It's just not seen enough because we don't have our communities accessible enough, which segues into the other portion of what we do is pushing for accessible communities. And this donation from Patterson Legal flows right into that. We help with the RAMP program. There's no pot of money sitting out there to help people so that they have the basic issue of getting in and out of their home. So we were super excited about this. This money's already spoken for, helping get ramps into individuals' homes.
That's great.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because again, you don't think about it too much, and you don't realize just how handicap inaccessible some houses are until that moment something happens, and all of a sudden you're going to need it.
Yes, yes. So that's my other passion as an executive director. Since I'm not in people's homes all the time, I kind of take on that lead of talking to people in the community, talking with legislators, talking with the businesses, the housing industry, and explaining to them we're all one car accident away from needing an accessible home. And it's a shame that people have to leave their homes if they have a disability that requires this, and we see it all the time. So I'm begging people to make homes a little more accessible, one accessible entrance, make the hallways a little wider, make one bathroom accessible, and it changes the world.
What does it mean for you to be a part of Three Rivers?
You know, my children will say it's my life mission. I eat, breathe, and sleep Three Rivers. I'm always on, as I use the phrase. To me, it's a part of life. From childhood, I had a friend who had a disability, and I couldn't understand why she was separated when we went to school. And then we'd come back after school and we'd play, and that never made any sense to me. So I really, really value all the changes that I've seen in my years to keep that individuals with disabilities should be integrated in the school, in our communities, in our recreation programs. In Wamego, we didn't have separate soccer program for kids with disabilities. We integrated them onto the team, and it was wonderful, and everyone benefits from this kind of activity. So it's super important to me that we keep everything accessible and integrated.
What would you say, have you seen like the impact that Three Rivers has on the community? Like anything come to mind about what benefits there are?
Yeah, oh, so many. I have so many stories. But to see individuals who, just in recent example, a person that's in their late 50s who has been in a physically demanding job, as many people are, and their body is just giving out. They came to Three Rivers for help to apply for disability. They didn't know there was other options. And a lot of individuals who are in manual labor jobs didn't get the benefit of any additional education, or might have felt like they weren't smart enough to get educated, which is super sad. But we were able to help this person work on some new skill set, talk about all the things that they can do, and now they're back to working full-time with benefits in a different job. So the disability's long gone, and they are searching for a small house now, which that's just the epitome of what we're after. Our young folks that we help, working with youth that are what we call transition age in high school, that we want to help them transition from high school to the real world. We have programs in Kansas that we help participate in where they get skills training and all, and do after school jobs, summer jobs, so that they get a taste of real employment. Also helps the parents see what the kids can do. So we just had one of our youngsters who had a year anniversary at his job. And I think before that, I don't think his parents dreamed that could be a possibility.
That's amazing.
So like that. Segue to the total other end of the spectrum. It's been many years ago now, but we have two older individuals that we helped transition out of nursing homes. They have cerebral palsy. Turns out they were high school sweethearts, went into different institutions, they met and got married.
Aww.
And so there's just all ends of the spectrum, that it's important to remember that just because a person has a disability doesn't mean they don't have the same hopes and dreams as everyone else. And we are all about maximizing integration, employment, having community living. That's what we eat, breathe, and sleep.
You guys do so much for the community, and I know last week you mentioned you guys you're spreading every dollar thin now because your windshield time is really high. If people are out there, they're love what they're hearing from you. How can they help out? What are you guys looking for? Like I'm assuming donations, cash is always king, but volunteers, equipment, anything else like that?
Yeah, if people would like to sponsor and help, and a lot of businesses do. We help with do the ramp building program. A lot of times it's a ramp to a deck so that there's a platform on a home. But different businesses help us with that. We'd love it. Anybody that would like to reach out to Three Rivers and see what projects are there to partner with, that would be excellent. And also the cash, you can't beat that. We have a partnership with people who do portable ramps. And so we purchase these and kind of keep them in stock, but we never have enough. So then we can loan them out for individuals. So that's another way. For volunteers, honestly, the biggest thing we need are drivers. People who are willing to help do some transportation. One of our young men, he's like, I just want to go to the movies once in a while. Yeah. That's, from our little communities to have to drive to Manhattan or Topeka, wherever, that's a big deal. There's no transportation in the evening. So they would just reach out and help in little ways.
Little ways like that. And what's the best way for people to reach out to you guys to possibly maybe if they're seeking help with services or if they want to help out? Yeah,
definitely. If they have the ability to contact through our website, that's the quickest. There's buttons there. You can say contact us now, or they can call our 800 number, and it's 1-800-555-3994. As I said, most of the time people in the community, the other social service providers are aware of what Three Rivers do. So we try to stay interconnected, but there's still so many people out there. We got to get the message out.
Yeah, the work is never done.
No.
Well, Audrey, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been a pleasure, and thank you for teaching us more about Three Rivers and what you guys do. It sounds like a wonderful organization. It's doing a lot for the community, I think.
Yeah, thank you.
And of course, to learn more, you can visit threeriversinc.org.
Giving Back, sponsored by Patterson Legal Group.